said, we're going to talk about polygamy today. Um, is polygamy from the Most High? Is it allowed? Adam and Eve, the Most High created both of them. Adam had only one wife, and Eve had only one man. Okay, and how can it be that our forefathers later start having multiple wives? Was it allowed uh, uh, to have multiple wives, or is it an abomination? What does the Most High say about it? Um, how can we use it today in this times in the 20th century to have multiple wives? Is it okay? Shouldn't we? We're going to talk about the benefits of it. Um, then we're going to talk about um, everything around it, which means where this really came from. Another thing what I have started to say now is yeah, what was it? My goodness. I started to talk about the polygamy itself. Um, Wait a minute. Yes, okay. You have in several countries, you have always more women's than men's. Okay. Um, no sound again. No sound again. Can you hear me or can't you hear me? Because I wanted to connect to my camera, it did not work out. That's why I think something's wrong here. Can you hear me or not? Okay, good. Sorry. Technical problems. So good. So again, you have in several countries, yeah, in the most of the countries, yeah, you can check by yourself. If you go to Google, you will see that the most of the countries have more women's than men. Okay, almost everywhere. Okay, and humans used to give more birth to women's, yeah, than to men. It's also another fact. And then men's also used to go to war, which means we have lost a lot of men during war. Okay, they died for their fatherland. Okay, and women's don't go to war, so this happened before. Many people died because of war, and this happens even now because many people do not know war is everywhere in the Congos, in the somewhere in the somewhere in the Iraq, Iran, somewhere there in the China. War is everywhere. The most of the people do not even show it, especially in Africa or etc. etc. So there's a lot of men's dying. Okay, a lot of men die. And so you have everywhere much more women's, yeah, than men. And then we have to know a man is a trophy hunter. Trophy hunter means what? Okay, a man wants to always to be the best. He wants always to show that he's the strongest, that he's the smartest. Okay, and that he has the most of the women's and stuff like that. And this is also something that is in every single man, in every single man. Okay, now we want to know, yeah, if I am for polygamy or against polygamy. Me myself, I have to say it clear. When Isaiah was asked, and I'm talking about the man that the world calls Jesus, when they asked him, according to the law of Massa, according to the law of Moses, our forefathers could have several women's, like multiple women's. Did he answer? What did he answer? He answered clear that he's not against the law of Moses. Yeah. That yes, it is okay if you follow the laws of Moses. Okay. This was his answer. But if you go to the New Testament, Paul is saying, no, for priests, a priest should have only one woman. One woman. This is what Paul have said about it. But he didn't say all men's. He's talking about a priest. Huh? So, and for me, all of them prophets. Sometimes the Holy Spirit was with them, and sometimes not. So, and it is always, this is something that is always difficult to define because every individual person is different. We have different kinds of situations. We have women's that they are not able to give birth. We have families that needs support from different kinds of men. So a man that will say, "Take my child to be your second wife," or to bring her to another country or whatever. We have different kinds of. It can also be that your brother dies. Yeah, your brother dies, and her yeah, your brother dies, his woman, you must marry his woman because he died. Okay, this is a normal Hebrew custom. It is still intact in some places in Africa or in some other cultures. Still today they do that. If someone dies, yeah, especially someone in your bloodline, like your brother or something like that, you have to go to marry his wife. Okay, so where does this polygamy come from? Let's go to check. Okay, it will be very tough here, that we'll lose subscribers because of that, but I'm not a Christian. Okay, I'm not a Christian, and I do not talk for those polygamists, because we have some polygamists there, especially people from America. Yeah, black people from America. They're using this kinds of polygamy teaching, or as they're prostituting themselves. Yeah, they're doing very worse things to the women's outside there, having multiple wives and treating them very badly. And they're doing things, but they're not the things that they're doing had nothing to do with that what I will teach you today. Be very careful of those people, especially those. The problem is, I can explain to you. um One problem is that we have women's, they run away because the husband couldn't say the truth that he had another wife somewhere. Okay, he couldn't tell her, "Hey, look, I have another woman there." So what is can you guys, can we have a relationship, three persons or four persons or whatever? No, they're doing it in secrets, and this was never allowed in the Hebrew customs because this is prostitution. This is prostitution. But if the husband comes and tells to the wife, because the wife must agree, okay, she must agree on that. Okay, she must say, okay, he have to give her a reason. This and this reason, and I think she might help us with businesses. I think this woman is the one that I also like, or whatever, what for whatever reason I want her also to be included into our family. And if the women say it's okay, then the man has to go to marry her. Now today we became Christians. We just go to a church. The pastor throws some water on you, and yeah, ring on your finger, okay, and you are married. But this is not how it was, and this is also now not how it is, because to marry a woman will cost you 30,000 in Africa, 20,000. Okay, yeah, this is what you pay. You pay money. Okay, so no one wants to go and marry a woman just like that. Okay, if you really don't like her or if you really don't love her, and then you want another one, so you know how much you have to pay for this one for living and for her child that you have with her. Now How much will you pay for the other one that needs a car, then have to go to school, her children have to go to school, or your children, with her, and her family. You pay also for her family, like you pay also for this family right there. This is how it is. I know that the people in Americas and all these kind of things, that most of them are European mindset, okay? But in Africa or in India or in China, everywhere, this polygamy thing, it's everywhere. Everyone has his traditions, and traditions means mostly, even in India, a woman marries the man, yeah. The woman has to pay so much money, yeah, so much money to the family of the man, you can't imagine. You do not only pay the party or the food and all the decorations, yeah, but you have to pay the family, yeah, because you're marrying their daughter, or it like it is in India or something like that. You're marrying uh, the child, the man, marry the man, the boy, the man, or whatever. But okay, and that's why it costs a lot of money. No? Um, there is another problem in polygamy. Before we are going to the scriptures and all this, okay, I will show you everything in the scriptures. But there is a problem in polygamy. The problem is, um, especially when you go to the Muslims and all these kinds of things, they're doing the worstest things, having one wife, treating her bad already, taking another one, treating her extremely bad, and then he goes on taking women's. Like I said, the most of them do not even marry them, and they're living in polygamy. But polygamy means you married a wife, but they do not even marry them. So they're taking the poor women's or the poor girls to marry them, to show them, oh yeah, I'm a man, I have enough money, okay, and I can treat her like I want. So if you have one heart, and your heart has capacities for money a little bit, for yourself, a big ego, then you give a little bit to your wife, a little bit to your child. Maybe you have one friends or two, so you don't have so much space. We know how small a heart is, okay? So, and then you have now to divide your heart as well for two or three women's with their problems, okay? So this means mostly it doesn't work out, okay? So let us go to the texts and see what the Most High says about all this, okay? Sorry for the audio, my goodness. So it was an explosive intro, but my goodness, all good. So I think you can see everything. Now here we are. So here we can see some forms of polygamy, okay? So the many forms of polygamy, the first of, let's get some terms understood. Polygamy means multiple spouses or sexual relationships. It's a word that encompasses the following material arrangements. Once you have polygyny, means a man with multiple concurrent marriages and wives. Then you have polyandry, means a woman with multiple concurrent marriages and husbands. And then you have polyamory, means multiple sexual relationships with the consent of all the people involved, may include both heterosexual and homosexual relationship. And you have monogamy, that means a man or a woman can only be married to one spouse at a time. Okay? And this is where all the women are rebelling. Why does my wife have now another one? Okay? And I have to divorce. And the Most High say you shouldn't divorce. Okay? This is also something what the most of the people do not know. Okay? You should know better before you get someone, But anyway, Let's go. This is a complete other topic. Divorcing letter, spiritual divorcement, man of night, okay, woman of night, etc., etc. It goes to those things. If a man or a woman say no, this person has divorced for myself, and I did not know it. Mostly, the spirit of this person will always harm you, and your family and your children will have the same experiences. There will be divorce, and the divorce will go on and on until the fourth generations. But the most of the people do not even know that. But if you look at the families where the woman has divorced herself from the husband for different kinds of reasons, yeah, mostly you see also if you see her child, they never have good relationships. So let us talk about polygyny, okay? First, it's clear in scripture that the great patriarchs of the Most High had multiple wives, and Tatanzambi did not condemn them. Each wife was a separate marriage covenant. But we also know that the Most High originally gave the first man one wife, Adam, and all the way until Lamech, the son of Cain, okay, had one wife. Lamech was the first man to take two wives, Genesis 4 and 14. Then we jump to the nation of Israel, and we see rules set up concerning the treatment of multiple wives. And you can also see that still today in different kinds of tribes in Africa. But the most of the people that does this, these are people there. For me, I always used to call them blessed people because they have power, they have land, they have money, they have the capacity to do so. Okay, even if they are lost, they have a lot of lust. I have to say it's very clear, but they have the capacity to help women that doesn't have the capacity, so that their child can go to good schools, can do farming, can become bigger people, and can have a future. Who knows this woman, what kinds of husband or whatever, who would take her? There are thousands of women searching for women, for men. I saw women in Angola and the Congo with 40 years virgin. No one would take her. What happens to the most of the women if they are separated to their husbands? Widows everywhere. Women that can't get a husband no more. Many. Why? And who wants to stay alone? Who wants to be alone? Who? To be alone is garbage. Okay? What will the woman do next step? She will start prostituting herself, selling herself up to find someone. And all the players outside there, they are welcome. They are like, wow, new fish here. This mama, I will give. But the problem is, yeah, it's unholy to the ground. And when she starts doing those kinds of things, she's disconnected to the Most High. And normally she must be connected to the Most High even more because she's alone. She's alone. She needs protection. She needs the spiritual healing from the Most High. She must hear from the Most High. But this connection will not be because she will feel like, I need a partner. I need to have sexual relationship. I need someone. So this bond with the Most High will always be in attack. Always under attack. So polyandry is a woman with multiple husbands is not supported by the Most High because women were created for men. And this is something that the Christian woman, yeah, or the Christians, yeah, they will never understand. Okay? Even those people that say God is a woman and all these kinds of things, that's not a problem. For me, the Most High is spirit. Okay? Okay, that's not a problem. I have no problem to say the Most High is a spirit that is individual with neither man or woman. That's completely okay, I believe. But to say that the Most High created woman first, this is where the problem starts. No, we can see it. The man lays above the woman. Even by every animal, you will always see that the man is the chief, he is the doctor, he is the operator, not the woman. Okay? So this kinds of things comes with this Christians, white people, they have a big problem, yeah, to see every creation of the Most High. So they're saying everything must be vice versa. For them, everything must be vice versa. But we know that the man is the head of the family and not the woman. We know that the woman never built a house. Okay? She never built a country. Forget it. Okay? Yeah? She can be a leader. We had queens and all these kinds of things. Okay? But if it comes to building, to do certain things, therefore, she will say, hey, let this and this young people do this kinds of work. And there's always a man, a leader. Or let this and this people, and there's a king, a leader, fight for me, the wars. We know Queen Esther, we know Deborah, we know the Queen Nzinga and all the queens in Africa, even up to the Egypt. Yeah, to lead is not a problem, but this doesn't mean that you are above the man, because even then, this woman as a leader, as a queen or whatever, she have a king in this by side. Okay, this is how it works. Okay. So now, like I said, go to Romans 1, start from verse 8 and all the way down. Yeah? And you will see what the Most High is saying, how they used to create the creation of demons, of everything that is contrary from that what the Most High have created so far. Okay. That's why everyone say when the day that America will have a woman as a leader, this is also the end of America. Yeah, many things will change. Okay. Anyway, so you can read it. Genesis, Genesis 2 and 18, 1 Corinthians 11, 8 and 9. Please take your Bible, okay, and read those things. It's important for you, okay, especially because I have so many calls from so many people asking so many things, yeah, about their relationships and stuff like that. And I use always to say, be patient, yeah, be patient, and stop listening too much here and there, but really go to the scriptures and try to understand what the scriptures say, yeah. So now, once a man marries a man, she belongs to him for life. 1 Corinthians 7 and 39. If any other man has sexual relationships with her, it's considered adultery. Okay? A married woman cannot share herself with another man. She wasn't built for that. But if a man does this, he will be not called a bitch or a whore. But if a woman does this, she will be called different kinds of names. Okay, sorry, but this is how the things are. This doesn't mean that the man should do that. If a man that starts doing those kinds of things, he's possessed. He must be cleaned. He must come down. He must start. He must start bringing before the front of the elders. He must explain why he's doing such things. It must come from somewhere. Or bring him to a psycho doctor or something like that. So, okay. So, any man or woman practicing polyandry is violating the Most High's laws. Also, it's clear in Scripture that the Most High made the man the head of the wife. Ephesians 5 and 23. If a woman has two husbands, then who's the head? Okay. Polyandry was never practiced by the Israelites or, the churches, yeah, of old, because it's just plain against nature. A woman practicing polyandry is a whore according to the scriptures. Okay. Now, um, now you know polyandry is against the Most High. Okay, then we have something else. It is called polyamory. This form of polygamy is simply wild, okay? It can include homosexuality and heterosexuality at the same time, okay? We in our youth, yeah, you can call, the most of our parents, they do not know what the youth today does, okay? We are not in slavery no more, but the world is in prostitution, okay? This is what the world does. Sex is above everything. The marketing, when it comes to sex, it goes so high. They have never took away porns from the World Wide Web. But if you say something about COVID-19, boom, out. If you say something wrong, what they do not want to hear, they will even send the FBI or CIA to your house to take you. You will disappear. But sex or movies that lies to us or everything negativity that is negative, that is bad for our body, for our gene, this is what they push with a lot of money. So homosexuality, so polyamory, heterosexuality, is welcome in this world. It's open almost everywhere. Okay? And it's about to come even more, like Sodom and Gomorrah and all these kinds of things. You have to know in the Greek, in the time of the Greeks, and in the time of the Romans, it was allowed. Okay, you could just walk somewhere you want to go shopping or something like that, and you see two men on the street doing their work from the worstest types. They had feasts where you have server men doing the worstest thing to childs. And this is why I say the Roman Catholic Church, you will never take the sexuality against children from them, okay? Because it's a type of their culture. Christianity came from that, okay? This is what Christianity is. If you call you Christian, you have to know you have to rape child. This is what is, for me, Christianity is. Look at every movie from Christians. In every movie they do that. Because it's something what they do. I'm here in Germany. I do not even promote my tabernacle or something like that. But I have people coming from everywhere, coming to find me. The Spirit brings them to me. Yeah, I do not do videos and show me off what I'm doing, but this is my work. And if I'm talking to those people, they will tell you the worst. They will tell you the worst, okay? And you might ask, where does this come from? It's because it's their culture. When in your culture you eat unclean things like pork and you drink blood, do you think that your children will not do the same? They have to. And their children have to. And their children will do that the same. This is a normal act in this world. You can't take it from human. So here you have something very special. I've seen instances where it looked like polyandry, but the wife was allowed to sleep with other men outside of the relationship, and were also the men. Sometimes it involves two couples who swap each other's wives and husbands, but agree to keep those relationships exclusive, meaning no one within the group could step outside and have sex with someone else. Okay? These are the things that the most of the party people do. All this, 80% of the students, doctors, Oh, I am a scientist or whatever what. They pass through this with drugs, with a little party, with a little fun. Okay? This is what they do. This is the good thing about Africa. There are some things in Africa they don't do because they don't know it. But in the West, okay, it is well promoted that the woman has like 5, 6 guys in the bed, okay, punching her left and right, okay, and the guys also feel good, and she even better, and no one knows why. And these kinds of rituals goes always back to the ancient times when the Satanists, yeah, was doing this kinds of stuff. There are some movies. I don't know what even to tell you guys to watch these movies, because these are movies like I can tell that Spartacus and those kinds of things. You know, there are some movies you can you. It's not for elder people. This kind of movies will shock you. I know it from my time when Satan, yeah, because uh, Satan is a man, yeah, it's a human. When Satan was in a room with students and stuff like that, and they put a movie on, girls and boys, so girls and boys, okay, and they said, Massa, let's watch a movie, la, la. And I was watching the movie, and in this movie there was raping and doing things like that, and all of them, 30 men in this room, very smart people, nice people, not that they look garbage, or their parents, rich people. And they was watching this movie, and I couldn't look at it, and they say, no, you have to watch it. And when I say, what are you guys doing? Then one of them fall to the ground, boom, like a stone. And I was asking him, the guys, why did he fall like that? Because I have never seen someone falling like that. Just like something hit him to the ground. And then they stop the movie and say, yeah, come, let's drink something. Let's watch the movies. This is how my initiation started, okay? Just to tell you that the most of the people outside there, they're well used from demons and all this kinds of stuff. You have to be very careful, especially the man, if you don't want to have a stick somewhere, okay? Be careful, dude. And I know that the most of our people have lost their virginity a long time ago, okay? And the Most High is also telling them, I know who you are. Either you're showing yourself as a star or whatever you are, showing yourself that you're someone in front of people, but inside of you, you're already dead, okay? This happens to many people, white, black, and whatever. I saw all of them. If you're not careful, okay, and you are going against the nature, yeah, the devil will take you. Okay. Clearly, the Most High does not support these kinds of arrangements, even if they are consensual, because it violates nature. Okay. At most, people practicing polyamory are committing fornication, adultery, and even homosexuality, and these people will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. 1 Corinthians 6:9-10. Okay, now we are going to polygamy. The biblical support. The Bible records the amount of wives, concubines, and children for many men in the Bible. He also gives regulations for polygamy or polygyny. And even in the New Testament, under the New Covenant, polygamy is supported. So now, let us see what the Bible what kinds of Bible references the Bible will give us, where people in the scriptures have done polygamy. So there are numbers of references of Israelites and Gentiles who had multiple wives. You notice something about each instance. There's no condemnation or prohibition from the Most High. See the following passages: Abiah, 14 wives; Abraham, 2 wives and more. Tell you, Ashur, Caleb, King David, uh, Elkanah, Esau, Ezra, Gideon, Lamech, Rehoboam, King Solomon, etc., etc., etc. So it follows us even into the 20th centuries. Yeah, when the white people would not come and conquer us in the land, still today polygamy would have exist. Okay, when we became Christians, this is why we stopped doing polygamy. Okay, because Christians or the so-called Ashkenazim Jews, they have never done polygamy. Okay, but our people, they did. It shows us the differences between the Israelites and those people that call themselves Israelites, but they are not, or Jews, or whatever they used to call themselves. Okay, so there are some more Bible references where you can see where you can see people like Moses and all them having more than one wife. Everyone knows the story of Jacob. Okay, everyone knows it. You want to call yourself an Israelite, so read the story of Jacob very carefully. The biblical regulations of polygamy is a sin. Why are there regulations for it? And in some cases, why is mandatory that a man take on a second wife? See, this verses for me informs. Don't neglect the second wife. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage, should he not diminish? This is Exodus 21:10. Don't neglect the first wife. If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated one, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it should be when he makes his son to inherit that which he had, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn. But he shall acknowledge the son of the hated for the firstborn by giving him double portion of all that he had. For he is the beginning of the strength, that the right of the firstborn is his. This is Deuteronomy 21, 15 to 17. Because there is always a blessing or a curse that comes from families. That can come from your mom or from your dad, and from their moms, and from their from their dad, right? Grandmom or granddaddy. Okay, I used to believe in karma, and karma is all up to the Bible. Okay, curses, blessings. This is who we are today. Okay, this is something that people must understand. Okay, so with other words, okay, if there's in these relationships, when a man had, we know what happened with Sarai and the Egyptian concubine, okay, where Ishmael came from. Ishmael received a blessing. Ishmael is well blessed. Look at Saudi Arabia today. Okay, Ishmael is blessed, blessed, blessed. That's why he has the kebab shops. That's why he's high ranked everywhere. He's doing businesses everywhere. He has Qatar. He has so many things going. This is Ishmael. Okay, you see. So if there's power in him, in the blessing, okay, because you hate your wife or you have a problem with her and you love the other one more, this does mean that you shouldn't bless the first wife's son or daughter, because the first son is always different, or the first daughter, than the others. This is our culture. Huh? Here it is. Marry your dead brother's wife and bear a child. If brethren dwell together and one of them die and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without into a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go into her and take her to him to wife and perform the duty of a husband brother unto her. And it shall be that the firstborn which she beareth shall success in the name of his brother which is dead. That is the name, that his name be not put out of isolely. Deuteronomy 25, 5 to 10. This is a very typical Hebrew thing that the nations have never done. Okay? Some of the kings have done such things like that. Okay? They knew some practices and they knew also why. There are some benefits behind it. Okay? Okay? Blood is thicker than water. Okay? This is what I always used to say. Okay. Now, then you have the verse that I've mentioned before. Deacons and pastors can only have one wife. After reading the criteria for the deacons and pastors found in Titus 1, 6 to 7 and 1 Timothy 3, 2, 12, ask yourself, why was this a rule of the candidates of this position if monogamy was the norm? The answer is simple. Even in the new covenant, in the church of the Most High, man still practiced polygamy and it was acceptable by the Most High. So it was always accepted. So he said, okay, because you are a priest, you have to concentrate yourself. Okay? Concentrate yourself. Okay? You have you represent the Most High, and now you have 10 women's, and you take all your energy and giving it to them, and especially if you're a priest, there is one problem, and the biggest problems are women's. Every powerful man in this world has a problem. It's women. Every good-looking man has a problem. It's women. Because this means this man, everything that he does, women will always be attracted to him. If he is not strong enough, my mom used to say, Massa, you will fall. Massa, you will fall. Okay? That's why you see many priests going to Africa or going to China, Vietnam. They're going to places everywhere where no one can see them. Islands, and doing the worst things. Okay? Okay? Because as a priest, you shouldn't have so many wives. But if you have many wives, like 2, or 3 or whatever, because of whatever reasons, you have to know how to distribute your energies. Footballers, fighters, like UFC fighters, boxers, or spiritualists. They have time to do sexual intercourses. You cannot always have sexual intercourses, because when a man or a woman has an erection, they give an energy out of them. There is a spirit behind it that leaves you, boom, and it takes your life, it takes your energy, it takes timelines from your life. This is something that the most of the people do not even know. It takes something from you, and you will never get it back. So when you do sports, okay, you cannot go ahead and before sports having sexual intercourses. You will be weak. This energy, you need this energy for your football. You need this energy to learn. You need this energy for your projects. Okay? Now, let's go to the Christians. Christian objections to polygamy. Okay, while the scriptures are clear that the Most High has no issue with polygamy, Christians will still raise some objections to it. Here are a few things people say to justify monogamy as the norm and polygamy as sinful. Like I said, I do not support these people that call themselves king and whatever. I have to say it very clear, okay? Okay, I do not support these Yankees, okay? These American Yankees, they went to war here and there in the Vietnam, Iraq, or whatever. They go to Africa and do the worstest things to our people. I do not support these people, really. I have nothing to do. I do not live like this. I have nothing to do with these cowards. I have to say it clear. I had 10 years, I almost 8 years or something like that. No wife. I lived my life. I concentrated myself. I married my wife. I went to the front door. I paid a lot of money. I have I have everything clear in my life. Okay. So I'm me and the Most High. Okay. If I have my people that I talk to about certain things, okay, where we know exactly for the kingdom, everything is in the hands of the Most High. The Most High say this and this you have to do, or this and this is correct for you, okay, I will do. But if the Most High don't allow anything, I wouldn't do. Just for fun, just for my lustful lives, or just to show up that I am someone that I'm not, okay? This is wrong. It's wrong because we're playing with humans. It's better to lead someone his life, and so that he does whatever he has to do. He's dealing with his Most High. Then you take someone into your responsibility, and then you crack this person up. You destroy this person's life. You play with this person's heart. Okay, it's completely wrong. It's wrong. We heard here on YouTube. All of us have seen a wife and a woman and a child crying to his father. Okay, Father, come back to us. Father, do this and this to us. Father, why are you leaving us? And the father cracking them up. You cowards, I will not come. The daddy is here. I was shocked. Okay, and still today, well supported people like that. So, which means the West love this kind of stuff. But me, there where I go, because I'm a kingdom builder. These people have no chance. That's why I go to somewhere else, do with someone else, but not with me. You're well hated for me. Hated. Psalms 1. Psalms 1. Okay? This is my life. Psalms 1. If Psalms 1 doesn't match with you, okay, it doesn't match with me either. You can't come. You can't be with us. You can't be with me. You can't. Yeah, it won't work out. This is a Christian, okay? Okay? This is a Christian here. He will say that Tanzania allowed man to have multiple wives in the Old Testament because men were weak with lust and had no power from the Holy Spirit. Now that the Holy Spirit has come, men are no longer allowed to have multiple wives. Now, this objection assumes a man's desire for another wife is forbidden, but this is not true. His desire is a biological drive. If the claim about lust were true, there be Bible verses commanding monogamy for believers under the New Testament covenant, but nothing is mentioned. This is another claim from the Christians. In the New Testament, deacons and pastors must be married to only one wife. Therefore, this applies to every man in the church. Answer: this rule only applies to men who want to be deacons and pastors. Another one. In the 1 Corinthians 7:2 and other verses, the Bible defines marriage as a union between one man and one woman. Therefore, polygamy is wrong because it includes more than one woman. Answer: true. A godly marriage only consists of two people of the opposite sex. However, a man can have multiple concurrent marriages. And that is why polygamy is. Polygamy is not on one marriage made up of a man and several other women. So you have to marry every woman individually. You cannot have one marriage with 5 women there. And like I said, to marry itself, and I have to make a video about it, I have to explain Bantu marriages. There's Christian marriages. That's why people are playing with our women's outside there. Just showing up and buying you clothing and buying a limousine and decorating your saloon and inviting your people. Yeah, we are married. You are married in front of Baal. He accepted your marriage. Yeah, Baal accepted your marriage. Okay, again, Baal, Kobala, Bala. You will not understand this language. This is where it comes from. Bala. Yeah, let me show it to you in the Bible. I hope you are there because I had big problems with my. Can you hear me? Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. It looks good. It looks like you can hear me. Bala. Bal. Let me see if it comes like this. Bal. So let me see. Bala. Here it is. Bala. It's in the book of Ezekiel normally. Yeah? Ezekiel Bala. Ezekiel. Bala. Definition of Bala. So Kobala means marrying, okay? Marry someone. When the Moses say that you are not my wife no more, he even say it. It is even written in the Bible. Bala. I can't find it, okay? Because I read so many different Bibles that sometimes I'm also a little bit. This verse here is an old one. When he say, "You are not my wife," let me see. Most High, you on this mountain or something like that. Most is a God. Say you are not my wife. Bible verse. Okay. 100 must be in Ezekiel. Suppose my goodness, maybe outside there, if Jonathan's there, he would know. So when the Moses say, "You are not my wife," let me check. Maybe someone wrote it there. Bali. No. There is a verse where he say, "You are not my wife." Bala, yeah, Kobala. It's written in Lingala, like it is written there for this verse. And when he says that, this means that this Baal wedding that you can see today also is wrong. Okay, this Baal um, wedding that we have, that we are celebrating today, it's not from the Most High. It has nothing to do with the Most High, because the Most High's wedding is a ceremony. It's a, it's a ceremony. It's holy. Yeah, it's holy. You can't take it from him. It's like you swear to heaven that the wife that you have is a part of you. Okay, okay. It's, so you can't just separating from her. It is impossible. This is what you do. Okay. Anyway, all good. I couldn't find, but let's continue. So, that's why our women's outside there, they are suffering, because there are some people that are taking advantage of that, because they can just go and say, hey man, I have married you and tomorrow I will be separated, because it doesn't make any sense to be together with you, because I don't like you. You are too short now. I thought yours is bigger, or you become fat now. Women, I found another one. For different kinds of reasons, people will be like, go, I don't need you no more. But if you do the traditional biblical marriage, you cannot just go ahead and do those such things. And in the ancient time, you will be stoned for that. It's like, if you do that, you need to be cleaned up. It's like if someone died in your family, do you know that you must be cleaned up because someone died? You know? Yeah. This is how it works. You need a letter. The Most High has to say, okay, now you are divorced. But people are just divorcing. And then they start having men of night or women of night, and they're surprised. Oh my goodness. Why do I have no luck? Why is this and this happening to me? It's because you are a married person. Okay? Now, there's another objection. They say in 1 Corinthians 7 verse 2, and other verses, the Bible defines marriages as a union between one man and one woman. Therefore, polygamy is wrong because it includes more than one woman. Answer: truly, the Most High marriage only consists of two people of the opposite sex. However, a man can have multiple concurrent marriages. So I've answered this. Every time you read about polygamous families in the Bible, drama connected. This is what they also say. This is a sign that polygamy is not a good family structure. Now, here it is. This is not always the truth. There are polygamous families that sit no issues. However, the following verses expose some problems that came up with poly families. In 2 Chronicles 11:21, in Genesis 29 and 30 and 31. We see favoritism. In Genesis 16 and 4, we see contempt. Favoritism is a normal occurrence, and every wife will not be equal. Yet the Bible gives rules to treat them all fairly, regardless of her favorite. In the case of contempt, this was the choice of the second wife and not fault of the other wives or husband. In these cases, polygamy isn't the problem, rather human nature. Look at the divorce rate among monogamous families in America. Is marriage a bad thing because of many people can't stay together? I've heard people say so. The first polygamist, Lamech, was under murder. Genesis 4:19 to 23. Therefore, polygamy is bad? Answer: no, you can't condemn a person family structure because an act of murder. His amount of wives had nothing to do with his decision to kill someone. He did it, not his wives. He had a normal life. So, you see, Christians will tell you a lot of things, But now, why is monogamy prescribed? There are a few reasons why monogamy is prescribed in certain countries. This empowers man in a genocentric social order. If a man can only have one wife, she has the power to take half of his resources and children at divorce. She doesn't have to be a good wife, and the man may have the injure, mistreatment, or face divorce. It controls the population and limits the wealth of individual man. Remember, a man goes outside there and have 5 wives, and with each wife, 10 children. And this man is a Massa, okay, and a king, and someone that has something from the Most High. I don't want to say that every child will be blessed as well, but what I want to say is, if you put all of them in school and you train them, or whatever you do, you show them, you have an army. How can you be poor? How can you have a scientist there, a dentist there, a politician there, you see? So a white man knew this black man, I have to stop him to have several wives. First of all, I will kill all the men. Second, I will control their wife with the church. Third, no polygamy at all. And we know a woman is like, what? My man, second wife? And if you're not careful, you will be killed by your wives, from your wives, poisoned or whatever what. Yeah, it's nothing new. It continues. Okay, I hope I have not shocked you with this movie. No, it is like it is. Okay, if a man can only have one wife and she has the power to take half of his resources and children at divorce, she doesn't have to be a good wife. I don't say that every man is good, but if a woman have a good man, and this happens mostly to the women's that are wicked. We have to understand the plus and minus. The most of the wicked women get good men. The most of the good women that used to do everything for the man, they used to get bad mans. Because a bad man cannot live with a bad woman. Okay? Bad and bad gives good. Minus minus is equal plus. Plus and plus is equal plus plus. So, which means when a bad guy or a bad woman takes a good guy, yeah, a woman that is bad takes a good guy, this means the guy will suffer. And everything what he wants to do, yeah, is hers. It's hers. And you have women. You have women, the Jezebel spirit. You have women, they are the worstest from the worst. And they used to do things with their husbands you don't want to know. You don't want to know. And this is the problem here. What should the man do? Okay, the man that has a wife like that, if we go divorce, all the things that he have will go to this wife. He have to go to marry another wife so that this wife maybe starts getting normal. Because the most of these women also have also several other partners, yeah, when it comes to Europe or whatever, yeah, it will be like, this guy is I will just do what I want. He is always at work or whatever. Now I go play around. In the ancient time, it was like, ooh, I go to marry in Africa, or I go to marry in the Turkish person would get, oh, well, I would go to Turkey and marry over there. The China people, oh man, I work now in America so long, I go to China and take one there. How long? For 1 year? Then she becomes exactly like the women in the West as well. And the Western world is against the norm of the Most High, which means the woman says, if you don't do what I want, I will show you. And when a wife says something like that, it's like a witch. A witch is stronger than a man that is a witch. If you go to a woman that is a witch, yeah, this is how the Africans say. Okay, but I think it must be like that, because even here, what I see, because I'm a seer, and women has more power. Yeah, this Jezebel, the Queen of Sheba, and all this kind of thing. They or when Herodes' daughter, yeah, to kill, to chop John's head and stuff like that. All the kings that fell because of their women's, because just another king looked at his wife. War all the time, war. You see, when it comes to those things, no joke. We are going back to royalty, and that's why I'm making this video, just to show you, yeah, that as a Muntu, I have to be very, very clear here, yeah, that there are some men that are suffering because the wife can't give birth, because something else is there, who knows? But the man is a man, okay? And there must be conversation, dialogues between man and woman, so that they can have a conclusion, an agreement. So it controls the population limits and wealth of individual men. Okay? So the power that be in historical European invaders prescribed monogamy to their conquered inhabitants to limit population of people. Less people equals better control. Along with less children and wife comes a cap on a man's ability to expand his wealth. Okay. I think I have made it clear. Okay, it's a tough topic. I know. I know that many people are shocked that I even made a video like that. I'm running out of time. Love you so much. I would rather say, I don't say to anyone to do polygamy or this kinds of stuff. Don't do that. Yeah, if you're fine with your woman and stuff like that, I wouldn't do. I even for myself, I would say that only someone that really have put a foundation into his life, someone that really has money. This is what I would say. Someone that really have money. He knows what he wants. He hears from the Most High. He knows what he wants for his child. Yeah, go ahead with that. But just putting children outside there without knowing how to care about them, or how to have the future planned. Something can happen to you every day. Something may happen to you, and then you leave your complete family alone. So, which means that you must have something left for your children, for your family. Okay, when something happens to you, your family is well supported. They are protected. Okay, this is what I mean. Okay, because we have enough children outside there. They have no daddy. They have no mother. We don't need these kinds of things. Yeah, and don't think that you can. For me, it's better if you are someone that you have a lot of lust. If you marry one more time, than to do all these kinds of things behind the scene. Because if it comes to these kinds of things doing behind the scene, to all these holy people outside there, you're gonna find many women and men doing things that we shouldn't do. Ingeta, thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, there are some bombs coming. Love you. Okay. This is how it is. 'Cause